Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another kind of sit down talk through video to share with you guys today, and I had asked this question on my last PR unboxing if you guys would like to see a video about like getting PR and sponsorships. I would share it with you. So a lot of you guys said that you would like to see it, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I haven't really planned anything out, so we're just kind of gonna go with the flow here, but I'm gonna talk about kind of how you can get started as an influencer, how you can get on PR lists and get sponsorships and stuff like that. So let's just get into it. So I feel like I am on a pretty good, decent amount of PR lists, probably more than the average channel my size, but I've also been doing this for a very long time. I started my channel back in 2011, so I've been on YouTube doing beauty stuff for a long time, and PR is kind of still a newer thing to me. It's really gotten popular over the last few years as the beauty business has really taken off, and more brands want to get their products in the hand of people who are making content for them and going to create videos and reviews and show their stuff. So it's been very popular, and I've been getting more and more as my channel is growing. So it's honestly really a blessing, but I know some people have mixed opinions on it. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. But for me, you guys know I've been doing this a long time. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on makeup to review, and it's a lot, and a lot of people are like, can you review this, can you review this, but I can't buy it all. So PR is really helpful in that aspect, as it gets me more stuff that I can create content with and show with you guys. And of course, you guys know I still buy the majority of my makeup. I'll still go to Sephora and Ulta. I like to spend money on the new items that have come out, and that will never change. I think it's important to also get stuff that you're excited about and get PR, but it really is a blessing to get these items sent to me sometimes, because I just can't afford all of it. And then I can give you guys my thoughts, and as long as you're completely honest, I think it's okay. If you're lying to stay on the PR list, I think that's definitely wrong. Or if you're promoting a product, let's say it's an expensive palette from like Charlotte Tilbury or Pat McGrath, but you would never actually yourself spend the money on that, I do have some feelings on that as well. So I don't think that's the best, but I mean, you're gonna trust who you're gonna trust, and as long as people are honest, I do think that it's okay to review PR, and to me it's very helpful. So I really like it, and it does help me a lot, but still just know I do buy the majority of the stuff that I talk about here on my channel. Now, on how to get on PR lists, I would say actually the majority of the PR lists that I've gotten on, it's actually from going to different events. So I pretty much every year try to go to the Ipsy. They usually do like a Generation Beauty, or it's called Ipsy Live now, and I've gone the past, like since they started almost, and they do them in LA and New York, and I make a whole trip out of it. I go for the weekend, and I make sure to go to these events as an investment into my own brand, because this is where I've met most of the PR reps for these companies and got to speak to them and see them face to face, which makes a huge difference. So if you can, I would definitely try to go to one of these events. Usually at the booths they have a PR rep working at the different brands, and you can ask for the PR rep, give them your business card, and most of them I've gotten added to the list because of that. So that's a big one for me. Ipsy has really helped me with that, and if you guys do have a decent amount of subscribers, they do have this thing where it's called Ipsy Open Studios, where it is a group. I think you can apply online. I know it was closed for a while. I'm not sure if it's still open, but basically they do have this little group, and it's for different influencers, and they send me invitations. Sometimes I get to go to the Ipsy Live event for free. I do buy my plane tickets and hotel, obviously. I usually try to room with friends, but sometimes they'll send me a Creator Day ticket, which is just for creators, and it's a little event that it's more professional. I feel like the brands actually talk to you more, because it's like legit. So that's where I've met a lot of the brand reps and PR people and continue to try to have a relationship with them. So that's a big one for me. I know not everyone can do that, but if you can, just think of it as an investment into your channel. That has helped me immensely. I used to in the past, I would actually email some of the brands myself. Most of their websites would either have a social media contact, a PR contact, or just their general email, and I'll ask where you could kind of send your information about your channel. I have a little, it's called like a media kit. It's basically just a page of all about my channel. I put a little bit about me, all my stats from YouTube and Instagram, and then some of the brands that I've worked with in the past, and I send that to some of the brands, as well as an explanation of why I would like to partner with them and what I can do for them. So that's always helpful if you kind of have a reason why you would like to work with them, like a video you're planning, some content you already have planned that you'd like to include them in. That usually helps. That used to help me get on some PR lists, not as many. I would say today, mostly if I try to email the brand, I feel like they just have too much. The DMs as well, I think they just have too much coming in, so most of the time they don't really reply. So I'll typically just wait until a brand emails me, which I have gotten that a lot lately, is the brands will find me. I do recommend that, but you can always email if you guys want to. Just make sure you have a whole plan set up of what you're gonna say, and make it very professional. Don't be like, I want to be on your PR list. That's not gonna work. So just be very professional about it, what you can do for them and what you can benefit them with, and maybe include some of your content that you have included that's actually using their brands, like send them YouTube links using their brands, Instagram links that have done well for you using their brand. They would love to see that as well. So that's kind of my tips for sending emails, but like I said, most brands will reach out to you, and that creates a better relationship, I think, is when they contact you. If you guys are trying to get noticed, oftentimes actually Instagram is more popular than YouTube, I noticed. A lot of brands find me from Instagram, which is crazy because my Instagram is really small, so I feel like a lot of brands still think I'm like a smaller YouTuber, even though on my YouTube I have about like 65K, which is a decent amount. So I feel like most of them are paying attention on Instagram because it's easier for them to see. If you're doing different looks, you can actually tag them directly. You can tag the brands, you can put their hashtags, and they can find it a lot easier. So I do recommend going that route, trying to grow your Instagram if you are mainly a YouTuber, because most of the brands have found me through there. And one thing I really recommend is doing videos on Instagram, like the 1-minute ones, like a full face like makeup look video, or just using that brand or trying out different brands and tagging them, because videos always get more views, I feel like, and have more engagement. So I feel like those help a lot than just a photo. So definitely try out fun makeup videos, because those always do really well for me. Another thing is you want to be consistent. Like if you're going to be posting on Instagram, I would say try to at least post 3 times a week or more. I know I would like to post every day. I haven't been lately, but whether you're on YouTube or Instagram, be consistent, upload frequently, because that will show that you are really trying and that you're really wanting this. Like you're doing it because you love it and you're putting the effort in. So I would try to upload as much as you can, because it really doesn't hurt anything. It only helps you grow. I've noticed since I started doing this full time, since I've uploaded more people have come back to my videos because they know when to expect me to upload, rather than when I was uploading like maybe 3 times a week, and now I do 5, and I have done like every day before. People have found me easier, and people keep coming back to my channel, and it gets you more noticed, more views, and you'll get paid more, obviously. So definitely be consistent and try to upload as much as you can. So a lot of brands, some do send to smaller channels or smaller Instagram accounts, but it's not often. So for me, I will be quite real with you. I noticed getting more opportunities when my Instagram hit 10,000 subscribers. That's when I got more opportunities. Having the subscribers, they obviously want to get something in return. If you're talking about their product, they're sending you something. So if they're sending you something, they're gonna want you to talk about it, and they're gonna want obviously some of your audience to purchase that product because of you talking about it. So they're hoping to get a return on that investment in you. So they're going to want probably a larger subscriber count. So with Instagram, like I said, at 10,000 is when I started noticing more brands actually paying attention to me. Always having a good engagement rate as well. Of course, you want a good engagement rate, making sure people are commenting on your photos. Sometimes I like to add a question in the captions of all my Instagram posts so that people can answer that in the comments, because it does help your engagement. With YouTube, I feel like brands are wanting to see higher numbers, even like I would say 50,000 is when I started getting a lot more PR and being more noticed by brands on YouTube. But sometimes they'll just randomly find you through mentioning them in a video. Murad just contacted me the other day, and they had found my video when I was talking about the Ulta skincare event. I had tagged Murad in my video description with a link to one of their products, so they could find me that way. So they must have searched for it, and somehow I came up. So definitely tag all the products you're talking about in your videos with links, and the brands can find you even more for YouTube, so that helps as well. But yeah, 50,000 subscribers, I know it's a lot, but they do want to see kind of a return on investment for them. So the numbers kind of do matter to brands, and I know some of you guys might feel like really helpless getting started, but if you're being consistent, your numbers will get there. If you're uploading very professional, well lit, good content that people are coming back to watch, they could still send you stuff. I know I have some friends that have under 10,000 that get PR as well, but just to be real, you're probably not going to get on every single PR list until you do have a decent following, and it does take time too. So if you're only wanting to do this just to get PR, like, just don't even bother. To be honest, it's a lot of work. I've gave up a lot of time. I don't hang out with friends as much. I spend a lot of time at home doing YouTube, especially when I was working. I was literally driving to my TJ Maxx stores like every night almost, and I just didn't have time to like have a social life at all. And I'm pretty introverted anyway, so it didn't really bother me. But just be aware, it's gonna take a lot of work. You're gonna have to give up some things if you guys want to make it happen. But if you're consistent and you're putting up quality content, trending content that people want to see, you will grow. So it might take time, but do this because you love it and not because you want to get free stuff in the mail. Because while it's cool to get free things, it is very overwhelming too. Like, I'll get a lot coming in. I constantly have to organize my makeup like every other day, deciding what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to put in a giveaway, trying to debate what I'm going to do videos on and when these videos are going to go up. It can be a lot. So it might seem like all fun and games, but it's really a lot of work, to be honest. Even with getting the free product, it can be very overwhelming. So now I'll move on to a little bit about sponsorships. I will say people have a very loud opinion about sponsorships, and whenever I personally upload a sponsored video, I'll usually get more dislikes than my typical other videos, which I don't know, it kind of drives me up the wall sometimes. I just think it's very just rude and unfair, and I feel like if you're gonna dislike a sponsored video I do, then you really shouldn't be here, because I only take sponsorships for stuff that I'm interested in or I think would benefit you guys as well. So just know that I would never do something just for the money. I've declined tons of different sponsorships that seem like they would be a good amount of money but would make 0 sense on this channel. So when I do truly do a sponsored video, just know that it's something that I truly believe in. I've maybe tried it before and it fits well on my channel, so I would never push something on you guys that just makes 0 sense just for the money. And make sure you find people who are doing that as well. If you see someone's uploading sponsorship after sponsorship after sponsorship, I just think that's kind of gives me a bad taste in my mouth. I think you should definitely mix it up, have some different content going up. If you're gonna upload a sponsorship, do something else in the middle before your next one. Don't do like a bunch in a row. It just looks bad on your part. But I will say it is really hard to make good money on YouTube with just the ad revenue, but I did make sure for myself before I did this as a full-time job that I did make enough with just my ad revenue, because sometimes sponsorships are few and far between. I don't get them very very often, and I need to make sure that I'm making enough on YouTube alone and not count my sponsorships. That stuff's always extra for me. So if you guys have a consistent rate at what you're making on YouTube each month, then you can maybe consider doing it full time if it's a good amount and you've been consistent at it for, like, I would say 6 months or so. The sponsored videos do help. They usually offer a little bit more money. I feel like people have a misconception that, like, all YouTubers make thousands and thousands of dollars from sponsorship, which is so untrue. I don't think I've ever made $1,000. Like, I'll be straight up. I've never made $1,000 from a sponsored video solely. But I've also not really done many dedicated sponsored videos, so that could be why. I usually just mention it. I don't like to do like completely dedicated sponsored stuff, which usually those make more. I do usually have like a set rate that I'll give different companies that email me about stuff. I usually don't reach out to them very often, but you can do that. You can reach out to the company with an idea you have and give them your rate and see, but I don't know. I just wait until maybe a company's like, oh, we would love for you to do an unboxing of this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that sounds great. I think this would be a good fit for my channel. Here's my rates for like a mention in a video or a dedicated video, and so on. I do want to mention there is some different websites that you can use to get and find like sponsored posts. I'll show you guys. Let me bring my phone out. Some of the ones that I really like to use. So first up, a good one is Grapevine Logic. I used to use that one a lot. I haven't lately, but they usually have some good like beauty sponsorships that you can apply for. I'm not sure their exact requirements to join, but that's a good one. I'll link all these down below. I also use Aspire IQ. That one I've done quite a few with, and they have a bunch of different brands that you can apply for. Not all of them will accept. It's very rarely they actually do, but you can kind of set what your rates are. Sometimes with these other, I feel like with the different apps and working through other websites, I feel like I get less, but I still do use them from time to time. So Aspire IQ, that's a good one. And then I also really like another one called Obvious.ly that I use a lot. So I'll link that down below as well. But I do a lot of stuff for them through my Instagram page, which I notice I get a lot more opportunities through Instagram than YouTube normally. And I make less with Instagram because obviously my following is less. It seems like Instagram is the way to go right now, so definitely post more on there because I've been getting a lot more opportunities with that. And it's kind of nice with Instagram that you can put like the sponsorship at the top so they know it's like a paid sponsorship by so-and-so brand. Yeah, that's kind of what I have to say about sponsorships. I think they can be a good thing for YouTubers, and I wish that other subscribers would understand that. I wish they weren't such a bad thing to some of our subscribers here on YouTube, because one that I did recently was my sponsorship with Moda, which I was so excited about, and that video got so many dislikes, and I figured it was just because it's sponsored, because most of the time if something's sponsored I'll get the most dislikes on it. But that one did hurt a little bit because I was really excited to have this opportunity. Like I said, I don't do much sponsored content. I don't have a lot that really comes my way, but this one was really exciting for me because I do love Moda and talk about them already. But yeah, that's a really cool sponsorship opportunity I get for this month. One that I do a lot is like FabFitFun. I work with them quite frequently. I've worked with Home Chef in the past, and I just did one a little while ago with High Mirror. But obviously these are all things that I love and use and would also normally buy if I didn't have the sponsored content as well. So I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything else. That's kind of what I can think of like off the top of my head. But if you guys have any other questions, please let me know down below. I hope this video was helpful and can give you a little bit of an insight to PR and sponsorships. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!